Hello, and welcome back to my channel, Slaveformusic. I know it has been a while, and I am really happy to see all of you. Today, I'm gonna give you a little update of what happened and where I've been and what I'm going to do moving forward. As you may have noticed, I've been absent and I've been lacking in content production since second half of last year. Why? Well, the answer to your question is pretty simple. I burned out. Not the YouTube burnout, more like general life burnout. I got a really severe life burnout and I was battling it really hard. Actually, I wasn't battling it. I was in denial. I was in heavy denial that I even had a burnout until somewhat after New Year's, it hit me that I burned out real bad. There are a few reasons why I had burned out. It was mostly work. Not because I don't like what I do. I love my job. I work in the music industry, in live music in particular, and I love that with a fire of passion just as much as I did back in 2018 when I was clawing my way into this industry. It was majorly because of COVID and because we've been stuck in the same very painful position for 2 years straight, and I worked my ass off to help out because we are just 5 women running the venue, and it's a shit ton. Let me be honest, it's a shit ton of work. Like it's a lot. I was working a lot to help everyone out, to keep my hand on the pulse of things. I was juggling a lot of things, just like my colleagues. We were all juggling a lot of things in all of our respective areas, but I was also helping everybody else. So I was kind of in all of the areas in the venue. I was helping out at a bar. I was working with promoters during show days that were far few in between. To be honest, all of it was taxing and demotivating at best, and just draining at worst. I didn't realize that I was drained far beyond my limit. I didn't even know I had a limit, to be honest, until somewhere after New Year's, after New Year's holidays, because we had shows like every day during the holidays since like the 1st of January up until like 10th. Only then I realized how much it weighed on me, because we've been stuck in the same position, fighting the same battles, trying to survive, trying to keep our venue afloat, juggling all the political stuff that was happening because of COVID, because of restrictions to our industry. Like, don't get me wrong, keeping people safe, keeping each other safe during COVID was and still is very important, and we all got vaccinated as fast as we could just so that we could continue working. But there were really taxing restrictions put on the entertainment industry, on live music industry. Working through that for 2 years straight and not being able to see the end of it, you can see where I'm going. That was not fun. Not at all. Essentially, I couldn't keep up with the channel. I didn't have the mental capacity. I didn't have the mental strength for that. And I started feeling really overwhelmed when thinking about posting, when thinking about filming, and especially when I got the emails from bands and sometimes their management to react to music. You all asking me to react to things, it's not a bad thing. I am very humbled and very grateful that you trust me that much. That says a lot to me personally. But I started feeling a lot of anxiety because of that. I started feeling pressure, expectations, pressure, burnout on top of all of that, and I was just not being able in any capacity to do this. And I've tried. I did a really good review of Vexed Calling Culture. I am still incredibly proud of that video and of the work I've done, and I've got an incredible response from the band themselves, from Megan, the vocalist. We've been keeping a really nice relationship ever since. Sometimes I message her and we exchange kind words, and sometimes in the comment section of the Instagram post, just praising them because I love their music and I love them, and I am happy to see them go as far as they are currently going, and that is definitely not the limit, and I am excited to see where their journey is gonna take them. After that video, I kind of gave up a little bit. I realized that my mental state does not help me to go back to filming and editing and listening to new music in any sort of way. So I just kind of gave up, and I thought, okay, I just need a little bit of rest. So then, like, after New Year's, I'm gonna come back and it's gonna be fine. But as I already said, after New Year's, I realized all of this time I was having a major burnout, and I was like, nope, I cannot do this. I still cannot do this. And I decided I don't want to force it. So I've been living. We've been stuck in the same position with my venue up until the end of May. I think the last of the COVID restrictions were lifted from the industry. And also in May, I got promoted. And promotion was that thing that stirred me up to life a little bit because something was changing. And changing for the better. I started to feel better. And then I started thinking about the channel, about coming back, about whether I still had strength. It is still a process. I am nowhere near kind of getting out of my burnout. That's a really long process. Also, it's my 27th year on this earth. 27 is usually kind of hard for a lot of people, so I am feeling that. I am feeling these 27 years in my bones right now. I've been feeling them for the past year, and it's okay. I will eventually go through it. It's fine. But I've started feeling like I might be ready for a comeback, trying to keep up with the industry again, because, you know, a lot of things had happened in the industry while I wasn't looking, because I didn't have the strength and the mental capacity to even follow up with releases. Like, I haven't heard new Spirit Box yet. I haven't heard new Motionless in White yet. And that's how you know how severe that burnout is. I love Motionless in White. Y'all know that. I adore Motionless in White with my entire being since 2015. I love this band. I love them to pieces. The amount of love I have for this band is just, it's a lot. And I haven't heard their new record yet, because I didn't have the mental capacity to do this, to listen to new music. Like, I haven't heard anything new since after New Year's, especially after the end of February, because another thing in my country happened. Not only in my country, that also added shit ton of anxiety, and on top of the burnout, I was just not having anything. Like, I was just not having it at all, completely. I was out of it. I was out of it for months. It all weighed and still weighs pretty heavily on me, but try my best to come out of this state, to not let it eat me alive. I have a will to live the way I want to live before COVID and before everything else that happened afterwards. And there are plans for my life, for the way I want to live it. So wallowing in guilt and self-pity and pain is not what I want to do with my life. So I am trying my best to kind of come out of it in a healthy way, not to force myself out of it. So I am recording this video because I am feeling like I can slowly but surely come back. I've also been teaching myself how to mix and record correctly so that I can genuinely start making like demos of covers, and so that I could send them to my sound producer friend, and he would listen to those demos, and he would understand what I wanted to sound like. Then we would make something, because I want to sing. I want to continue singing. I want to explore, figure out my own vision of music, of singing, of how I want things to be, can play around with that sort of thing, because that is something that is important to me. I've been singing since I was 12, very badly, but I was singing since I was 12, and singing is another passion of mine, and I want to explore that. For the last year, as I already said, I wasn't listening to new music at all, and I dove back into the music that I was listening when I was a teenager, and I was finding a lot of comfort in that, in singing those songs and listening to those songs again. And I want to sing them, exploring the way how I can make them my own in a way. Also, writing back to bands and managements sending emails to me. As I already said, thank you so much. I am incredibly humbled and incredibly grateful that you would trust me this much. But as I already said, it was giving me a lot of anxiety, and thinking about it still gives me a lot of anxiety. And I wasn't checking my emails for the past year. I looked at them recently and I was like, oh, people were messaging me. People were sending me emails wanting me to react to their music. Ouch. I'm sorry. I was not in a proper state of mind to do any of this. My thoughts on that subject when I started putting my emails in my working email in my description box saying that you could send me your music was that it's like giving back to the community that was building around me, and that's something I should do, because everybody else are doing it and they're loving it, and I don't get me wrong, I love it as well. It's not that I don't want it to be forced. I don't want it to feel forced, especially to me, and it felt forced. Even now when I'm thinking about doing this, it does feel forced, and I really don't want that. I don't want to earn money from this channel, because that was not why I started it. Like, I have a full-time job. I can pay for my shit. It's okay. I don't want YouTube to be my full-time job. I've said it before. I'm gonna say it again. I don't want to make YouTube my full-time job. I have one, and I adore it. Created the channel and started doing the content that I started doing because I am passionate about music, hence the name of the channel. And I am very passionate about metal in particular. And I want to share music that I find organically. And I want to support bands that I found organically and that I fell in love with. What do I mean by saying organically? People sending me music is not the way I discover music. And to me, it kind of takes the fun out of it, the joy out of it. Because sometimes when people send me things, it's my problem. I know that. It's my thing. It's my own problem. But I kind of feel obligated, and I don't want to be. I don't want to make content because I feel obligated. I want to make content because I feel like I want to. Like, I feel like there's the burning passion inside of me to talk about the music. You can send me your music, but I will not be reacting to it or promote it in any other way. I will listen to it when I have the chance, when I have the opportunity, and when I have the strength and, the desire to do so. But I cannot promise you anything, and I will not promise you anything. So I'm grateful that you trust me that much. And I understand that for uprising bands, reactions became a promotional tool, but I'm not the one who's going to utilize that tool for you. I'm sorry. I want to keep this as passionate and as true to myself, first of all, as I possibly can. If you still want to send me your music, you can. And I'm grateful if you're gonna choose to do so. Maybe in the future, somewhere next year, when I'll assemble a PC with streaming capabilities, that we could make a whole section for new discoveries on stream. I'm not gonna promise anything because I have not even begun with the whole PC assembling thing, so no promises here. That's kind of the direction I'm thinking of. That's the direction I'm thinking of. But again, no promises. I don't know when that's gonna happen. I have absolutely no idea. And because my country has been turned off from SWIFT, I cannot receive money from the rest of the world. So definitely know anything. I have received messages from some of you asking if you could support me monetarily. And I'm very humbled and grateful again for you to even, to even want to do something like this. But as of right now, this cannot happen. So all of it, everything is pure passion, pure hobby that I want to keep as such. Also, as I already said, I'm learning how to mix properly. There will be like some short covers, like some TikTok reels, Instagram reels style, just parts of songs that I enjoy and some things that I just really want to sing. Every once in a while, I'm planning on doing like full length cover with the music video, maybe with some platform distribution. But again, it is something for the future. Nothing is set in stone. I have no idea what I'm doing. I just feel like I can start coming back to YouTube. Like I have the mental space for that, mental capacity for that. And I just miss everything, really. I miss making content. I miss listening to new music and reacting to it and giving my unfiltered thoughts and opinions, even if it's just, wow, I fucking love it. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments down below in the description. Again, I'm very happy to see all of you. That's it. Tell me how you've been as well in the comments down below. I want to know how y'all have been, since a lot of shit are going down in the world. Like, just because I was not on the internet, it doesn't mean I don't know about all of the shit that is going on in the world. Like in the USA and like everywhere. The world is a mess. It's 2022. It is kill or be killed year. I'm telling you that the world is a mess. Just let me know how you've been. Ask me questions in the comments down below if you feel like it. And yeah, I will see you in the next video. Not a year from now. I am slowly, emphasis on slowly, but surely coming back because I feel like it's time. See you in the next video. Bye!